Hi, and welcome to another episode of Zazzle Chat. Today's topic is actually tips and tricks on how to publish your products. We're going to kind of go into not the designing portion, but after the titles, descriptions, and tags. And to help me with this is Jamar. Jamar is our senior content associate and one of our SEO gurus. So I'm going to just ask him some questions and he's going to help me walk through the process as I publish a product so you guys can get some tips and tricks. So, hi Jamar.
Hello Monica, how are you? Hi friends.
Hi. So I know you work a lot on the content and on SEO, so you're like the perfect person to talk to this. But we often get a lot of questions from our designers of what they can do to make their products more competitive. What would you say is one quick fix?
Make sure, no matter what you're doing, everything involves a story. We have so many products and so many designers doing things. The best way to differentiate yourself is to tell the singular story that you can about your products, your designs, and everything else that goes into what you do on Zazzle.com.
Yeah, and I think, it's really hard because, sometimes with artists, you can be a great artist, and then if people don't ever find your work, then it's hard. And then some people, are really good at marketing themselves, but I think Zazzle is great because you have to combine the two to really start producing. And so today, if you are a designer, you have great designs, we want to help you make sure that it's searchable, it's findable, and that you're being recognized for the great work that you do. So to try to make this a little more tangible, Jamar is going to help me as I publish an actual product. So here is a photo that I took when I was in Paris, and it's of the Eiffel Tower, and I'm going to post it on a carved case.
Okay.
So I post it, I position it, everything's great, and then I publish, and I get to this next screen called post product for sale.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, there's the title. What tips do you have for me? What should I name it?
Well, it all depends on the story that you want to tell with the product and also what keyword research you may have done for it. So what you want to do is you want to look at your design and what is it about your design that's different than any other design you've seen on Zazzle, any design you've seen on any phone case you've seen in a store when you've been out, or even online when you've been browsing competitors and what they're doing. So you said you went to Paris, took a picture of the Eiffel Tower. Eiffel Tower phone case, while that does describe it, might not be the best because how many other people may have gone to Paris or have designed something that looks like the Eiffel Tower. Let's say that you really like rustic prints and your design is a rustic Eiffel Tower phone case. The design modifier rustic right there will take out so many other competitors because there's not going to be a bunch of competitors who may use that word or will design with the rustic mindset.
Okay.
So that's a good way right there to differentiate yourself from other places.
So if they're not searching rustic, will my Eiffel Tower phone case still show up?
It will still show up if they search Eiffel Tower when they search phone cases, but rustic will, if a person comes on and say, I really want a rustic design, that will pop up for them even quicker than just searching for iPhone 7 case, Eiffel Tower, iPhone 7 case.
Okay, so I'm going to publish on an iPhone 7 case since those just launched. Do I need to say iPhone 7 case? But what if I know that you can easily style switch to iPhone 6, so I don't want to limit myself? Should I just call it iPhone 6 case? Or, just iPhone case? Or, sometimes I don't even want to call it an iPhone case because you can switch it to a Samsung or something. So should I just call it phone case? Like, what's the term there? What recommendation do you have on the actual product name?
I recommend leaving the product name out. We'll go ahead and we'll do that for you. Your design is what's most important for you. So title your design, and let's say that this design works so well on the iPhone case, you decide you want to populate it on tote bags. Don't put that name on there because then it's easier for you to take that design and port it over to another product. So don't worry about the product name. We'll do that for you.
Okay, how do you do that for us? What does that involve?
That involves the back end. So I'm the one who launches the product, so I will append what is called an SEO title. So I'm launching, let's say, our carved iPhone 7 case. I will go ahead and append the title carved iPhone 7 case. That will automatically go for any product type that goes up there. So your design name, rustic Eiffel Tower, will then come before carved iPhone 7 case.
Okay. Okay, cool. I think I know what SEO is. Can you just explain what SEO stands for and maybe how, if they're not familiar with SEO, what they can do to understand more of it?
Okay. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, or if you're talking to an individual, they are the Search Engine Optimizer. So those are two different things, same acronym. Essentially what it is a way for you to get found when it comes to Zazzle on site with the way that you title your designs, and also off site when people are searching in Google, Bing, or if you're old school, Ask Jeeves.
So SEM stands for
Search Engine Marketing.
So search engine marketing that costs money, and that can cost a lot of money, and that's something that Zazzle actually helps. But unless you have a lot of budget, most individuals don't do their own SEM for the most part. But SEM, when you search Google, for example, the first couple search results will have a little ad by them in small letters, very hidden. It's kind of tricky, actually. And sometimes on the right, you'll see kind of the column there. Those are paid placements. The organic placements are free. And so today we're helping you with your organic placement so that you don't have to pay and that your search results will still show up. So, going back to my Eiffel Tower photo. Okay, so you said rustic. My photo isn't really rustic, but there's filters and stuff I could put on it. But how do I know what's trending, like what's searching? Like, how do I know rustic is a trending term?
Well, there's a couple of different ways that you can check this out. One that I really, really like is the auto-suggest function within a couple of the search engines. So when you're typing in a keyword or a key phrase, you'll see that the search engine will give you some extra suggestions. So if I start typing in iPhone 7, it might give me an opinion at iPhone 7 case, iPhone 7 cover, cool iPhone 7 case, things like that people are searching for. And that's one way where, as an SEO, I look and say, okay, this is what some of the people are searching for lately.
What was that again? It was the
auto-suggest.
The auto-suggest. Is there a website, or you just kind of type in
you just
see what...
type in the search box of whether you're using Google, whether you're using Yahoo, whether you're using Bing, whatever your favorite search engine is, all of them give you this option where they just populate what's popular with the people who are searching for that particular keyword or phrase.
Okay, so that's one option. And you mentioned there was more.
Yes. Another thing that I do is what's called keyword research. So, and this is free when you use Google's Adwords. So if you have a Gmail account, you can go ahead and use it for free. If you don't, sign up for a Gmail account, which is also free. And then the website is adwords.google.com, and you'll find the keyword planner underneath the tools tab.
Yeah, we're all about helping you make money, not spend money. So, yes, these services are all free. You just have to learn how to use it, really. And it's one of those skills that can be transferred to other things as well. So what's Google AdWord?
So it's a way that you can do keyword research around any phrases or words that you want to find out how many people are searching for it on average per month to see whether, keyword or key phrase A is better than using keyword or key phrase B. So
it can be broken down into like country or whole world, like there's a lot of data, right?
Yeah, it's a myriad of data. You can go ahead and say, let's say you want to do something on Zazzle Australia. So you can check and make sure that Australia is this keyword just as popular in Australia as it is in America. You can say, okay, I just care about the whole world. How big is this keyword worldwide? So you can break it down as much as you want granularly, or you can look at it in a holistic view.
So can you give us some more tips on how to use Google Keywords?
Yes, so what they do is they usually break it down average monthly search volume. So they'll tell you per month, November, December, January, all that. This is how many people search. And they've changed it a little bit where instead of an actual number, they used to give you, 1,000, 10,000, 160,000. Now AdWords will give you a range. So they'll say anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000, which it's a little less helpful than it used to be before, but you can still measure keyword A versus keyword B and see if there's a different range. And if there's a higher range for one versus the other, you may decide that you want to use that. Or you decide that you want to use A because while the range over here may be a little bit higher, the high end of the range for A is better than the high end of the range for B.
Yeah, so this is really important when you're doing like holiday planning. I know a lot of designers see a lot of volume during the holiday months, and so if I don't even know if red jingle bells maybe isn't popular during March and April, but it's hugely popular during November, December, you decide to name it Red Jingle Bells so that you can get that volume in the holiday season. And I like checking it out because it's super interesting to see the trends of what people are searching for, like seasonality. For example, leggings. When I was doing research for leggings that just launched, there's a huge spike in the fall months. So people are buying more leggings in the fall, and that's important for us to know from a marketing perspective. We're going to probably market it more heavily during the fall, but as designers, that's also interesting because you can kind of take that information and market your own stuff that way. So maybe change your storefront or change which products you're featuring. So Google Keywords is a great thing to look at, the seasonality of trends.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, it's great for marketing. So if you happen to have your own website and you have a blog, as well as you're a designer for Zazzle, being able to know, so leggings are great in the fall, you can start writing blog posts and telling people, hey, I designed leggings on Zazzle a couple of weeks before they hit their seasonality. That way you get yourself out there, people know, they see your designs, and that will get you found even more because more people will hear about you, know about you, and be able to find you because you've promoted yourself.
Exactly. And I think Google AdWords this is like really basic function. Google AdWords itself is very complicated, and if you do have time and have the interest, we suggest obviously Jamar can give you tips, but this is something that you kind of have to play around with the tools, like go in, like play around with the dates, kind of understand. Google does a great tutorial themselves, but you could probably research some free programs as well that give you some update. So if you have the time, we really suggest you take Jamar's tips, but kind of run with it yourself so that you can kind of be a master at Google AdWords. And I think it will really help your marketing when it comes to marketing your products and designs. Cool. So going back to my iPhone case, I'm really excited to get this published. Okay, so we have the title. What's a good title? What's a bad title? So I'm just going to type right now, your custom iPhone 7 case.
Not a good title.
But it's like really simple, and it says iPhone 7 in there.
It does, and it is really simple, but it doesn't say anything about your particular iPhone case. So if you say your custom iPhone case, what is it as a customer that I'm supposed to fall in love with about your case? That's what we want. It's not just about having good keywords, it's also about telling a good story. We all have that friend who, whenever they start to tell a joke, we groan because they're never quite good at telling it. The joke may be funny when this other friend tells it, but when this friend tells it, something just doesn't, come through in the translation. So
I wouldn't know. I'm usually that friend.
Yes, we all are laughing in stitches. But so that title doesn't really tell a story. It doesn't capture me as a customer. So what you want to do is figure out a title that will grab the people and say, okay, this case is different than this other case because of these reasons.
So a better title would be Rustic Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
And then Zazzle would append whatever case I published it on.
Exactly right.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to title my case Rustic Eiffel Tower. Cool, got the title done. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to the description. I don't even know how to start approaching. So you said story, should I talk about when I went, it was like, I went backpacking in Europe, like with my friends, like how much story do you have to involve and what does that even mean?
I'd say what you want to do, start off, maybe write out something in a Word doc or a Google doc. Write out everything about this design that captured you, that made you want to put this on the phone case. And then truncate it down. Maybe you want 3 to 5 sentences, something pithy in the first line to get them involved.
Okay.
And then you just explain, this is why this design captured me. Because what we're going to do is, we want you to tell this story so that way the customers get to know you a little bit better. Because right now, if you just say, you know, case, doesn't really know, we don't know you, we don't know the design, we probably won't care. But if you tell them the story, they'll start to think of you. It's like, okay, this person went here, this is why they love this design. I'm really resonating with that. I want to get this as well.
Cool. So I wrote design of Eiffel Tower in Paris. Not good.
I mean, it tells a story, not maybe the particular one that's going to capture someone. It says exactly what it is, but there's nothing resonating.
So I'm going to change it to, this design of the Eiffel Tower was inspired by my visit to Paris 3 years ago and my love of rustic imagery. I wanted to share my vision of that historical moment with the world, and this design is my way of doing that.
See, that right there is beautiful because we've gotten to know you in just a couple of lines. You went to Paris 3 years ago, you saw this, you love this monument, you wanted to share what you saw with the world. Right there, that lets me know a little bit about you. Not so much that I'm a crazy stalker, but enough that I'm like, you know what, I love this case too. I want to show this off to my friends. I want this on my phone.
Cool. Do you have any other tips for the description?
Just make it fun. Put your own personality in there. Don't be too risque because we don't want that, but let the people know who you are. Make sure that you get some personality out there because we have so many designers, we have so many products. What is it that's going to get people to come to you and keep coming back to you over and over again because of your designs?
Okay, cool. So I got title, I got description down. My product merchandising looks great. I choose my store category. And now I'm down to this tags. What are tags? Why do I have to include them?
Tags are a great way to get your product and your design put together with like products. So in the case of adding the design modifier rustic, if you add rustic in the tag, what that's going to do is take your design and compile it with all other designs that are rustic. So that way when people are looking just for rustic designs, whether they want X product or Y product, yours is going to pop up. So it gets you just another way to be found in there, even if people aren't searching for your particular design on that particular product.
So tags help our search engines kind of categorize them so that when customers search online, your products show up based on those tags.
Yes.
So tags are actually really important for our site.
Yes.
Okay. So it says here, power tags. What's this? What's a power tag?
Basically, a power tag is just the way that we call the tags. It's how those first 10 tags are the most important because those are the ones we use within our search algorithm to get you ranked and to get you found. So you want to have the 10 best tags that you can.
Okay. So it says aim for 5 to 10 tags per product. Why is that? I think it says you can use up to 40 tags. Why only 10?
10, there's a little bit of magic and voodoo involved when it comes to SEO. 10 is we don't want too many tags because there's such thing in SEO as over optimizing.
Okay.
And every time you put a tag on there, it builds a new page on our site. So sometimes we might have pages that might have only 1 or 2 products on them. That's not good for those products because 1 or 2 products means there's not too many people who are A, tagging their products that way, or B, customers who are searching for those. So you want to make sure that your products are showing up with like products and that they actually are able to be found by both customers and the search engines.
Okay. I see here that there's a little button that says what's this? And if I click on it, I guess I can read all about tags. So there's a whole section on Zazzle that kind of gives you tips and tricks on tags. So tags are really important, and I think is there some association between the tags and the title and how people search things?
Yes, we have at the end, as I spoke about earlier, the SEO title.
Okay.
So that is automatically appended at the end. So that will be the name of the product. In this case, iPhone 7 case. We
Okay.
pin that there. So that's what that is. So be sure to read this document because it's just as important to do it right as it is to understand how doing it wrong may harm you. So It takes a little bit of time, but knowing this, just like knowing Google AdWords, is important because these things can help you get found. They're free, and they make you money.
Jamar, on the tip on the page it says tips for tagging right here. It says do not spam, as Zazzle follows a strict no spam policy. I actually love spam, that food, but what does spam mean in this term?
I want to say 10, 15 years ago when the search engines were first starting, it was real easy to game the system. You could basically put in a bunch of keywords and get yourself rank high because the search engines didn't know how to discern between what was a good keyword, what was a bad keyword, what was good content, what was bad content. And unfortunately, people don't seem to understand that the search engines are smarter now than they were back then, so people still try and put in a bunch of keywords. So they may spell gray both ways, G-R-E-Y and G-R-A-Y. That's a use of spam. They may put in a bunch of keywords that have nothing to do with their design or product just so people can find them. That's considered spam. So we want to make sure, don't do that. We'll do what we can to help you, but by putting in that spam, you're only harming yourself.
And if it says no spam policy, it's a actually clickable link. So make sure you click that and check out what that means. I think that's important to make sure that when Google does crawl our site, we have quality links, and that does help Zazzle overall with our quality score. So I have my tags, I have my description title, I'm ready to publish. And I hope I get a lot of sales on this.
I'll be your first customer.
And quick question. So I think we gave a quick, really high-level overview today. If they're interested, what other resources would you suggest they look at?
Oh, there's a bunch of free blogs out there that are constantly being updated daily with people who are immersed in SEO topics in ways that even I don't understand. So some of my favorites are Moz.com.
And that's M-O-Z.
M-O-Z.com, Search Engine Watch, and Search Engine Land. These are people who, they're speaking to Google reps, they're speaking to doctors, people who actually run algorithmic updates, and they're getting news out there saying, this is what Google's doing. Sometimes even before Google or any of the search engines will tell the rest of the people what's going on. So
like insider information.
Pretty much.
But you won't go to jail.
No, okay. There's no Martha Stewart involved in this.
Cool. Well, I think that was really helpful. I'm excited for my new iPhone case. And, I hope this was helpful, and there's some blog posts that Jamar has already written that you can check out if you're interested in more of these things. But we're excited because, like we said earlier, you can have the best design, but if no one finds it, we want to make sure that you make money for that design. So we're here to help you market it. And like I said, all these tips and tricks today were free. It doesn't cost you anything. You just have to learn how to use them. So thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you next time. Bye.